Hello.
My name's Matt, and if you didn't know, I'm a famous YouTuber now. I kind of have been like, what am I gonna say? So for my first, so for my, so for my first YouTube video, I decided I'm gonna do somebody else's, and so I saw this video by Amanda. It says, I think her YouTube channel name's like Amanda BB or something like that, where she ranked all of the Ariana Grande albums, and I thought, oh, so I feel very strongly about this too. How about I do the exact same thing? King of recycling ideas, right? So I guess I'm just gonna go through like 1 through 5. And I'm kind of just ranking them, kind of rating it like 1 through 5 on how often I would reach for that album. And so I guess let's just do it. At number 5, this is gonna get me in trouble. I'm putting Dangerous Woman at number 5. And here's why. As an album, it's exhausting. It's exhausting to listen to. It took me 2 sessions to like go completely through and listen to every single song. I actually skipped one the first time because
I didn't want to listen to it.
There are some bops in that album.
Not saying that there aren't good songs.
But in general, it's not my favorite. I'm sorry. I have a couple of honorable mentions. Well, actually one honorable mention. The one song on there that I think slaps. Dangerous Woman. The title song, that gold. She kind of slapped. She went off. And we appreciate that very much. A couple honorable mentions. I said that Moonlight, Into You, Side to Side, Leave Me Lonely, Thinking About You. Those are good songs. The rest, it's okay. It's okay. I don't know. I don't really vibe with Dangerous Woman. It was okay. And number 4, this is the one that actually most people put like at number 5 because
Apparently people like to hate this one.
My Everything. First and foremost, that has some of her most biggest bops. Like, it's just great. Like, they're amazing. As an album, I kind of got bored listening to it. I did get through it. I didn't have to quit like Dangerous Woman, but I got through it. And so with this one, I say Problem, Bang Bang, Break Free. Again, gold. She slapped, she went off, she collected. A lot of people like these songs, but One Last Time, it was good. The intro was actually really good too. Why Try, Best Mistake, My Everything, You Don't Know Me. Those are good.
The rest kind of flopped.
Number 3, we have Yours Truly. Honestly, it was a pleasure to listen to.
I loved listening to it.
I'm actually gonna put it neck and neck with my next one because I like them both. One, I like the individual songs more, but with Yours Truly, I like the album in general. It's so good. I was listening to the whole thing directly through, and I was like, this works so well together. Because some of the other albums, it kind of sounds like she's just putting a bunch of songs together.
Not that the songs aren't good.
But I don't know if I would put them together cohesively as a single album. You know? This album was the first one that I listened to, and I probably listened to it in like 2015 or 16. I didn't know she existed for a little bit, but I think it was a great album. Maybe those songs aren't on par with some of my other picks, but I think together as an album it worked
so well together.
And I went back and listened to it again. I was like, how did I forget all of this? Like Honeymoon Avenue, Baby I, Tattooed Heart, Daydreaming, The Way, Almost Is Never Enough. They slap.
So much.
They slap. I was listening to it. I was getting goosebumps. My mom was like,
are you okay?
Because I was in the car listening to it, and she was like, and I was like,
I'm fine.
After that, right there, Loving It, You'll Never Know, popular song, Better Left Unsaid, like, they were good. They were good. The only one I wasn't like the biggest fan of was Piano. I thought it was kind of like, you know that Glee episode where they all made original songs and one of them was like about a cup? That's what I felt about this song. Like she was writing it about a piano. It was a nice song, but the melody in the song, great. Like composition wise, that's a great song. The lyrics kind of had me sitting there scratching my head, pausing it and like
reevaluating my life.
Okay, number 2, Sweetener. With this one, as I said before, I think it goes pretty neck and neck with Yours Truly. With Yours Truly, I think the album worked so well together. But with Sweetener, I don't know if the album exactly goes super well together, but the songs on here, they slap. I think all the songs on here, they slap so much. Like, a little bit more than every other one that I just mentioned. But together as an album, I was kind of sitting there scratching my head like, give me a second. I forget the order. Oh, I know what I was saying. Okay, so the whole time I was kind of like scratching my head like, you're really just gonna like put this right next to each other? Raindrops. Perfect. Vocals on point. But then you're gonna follow that with Blazed? Really? You're getting emotional for a second, and then you're like doing a double take. I mean, Blaze is a great song, but I think it would have went perfectly around Rem or The Light Is Coming. I mean, it did, but following Raindrops? And then Rem into God Is a Woman. Again, God Is a Woman. That song slaps so hard. I listen to that song 150 times a day, but it seems like
Praising a man.
and then asserting your dominance. It's kind of like, where are you coming from? Right after one another? God Is a Woman, I think that would have worked so well towards the end of the album. Like, God Is a Woman, No Tears Left to Cry, end the album. That would have worked so well. That's not to say. This album, this is what really got me into her. Like, I was sold. Yours Truly, My Everything. I was already sold. I, have a bit of a confession to make. I really like her singles. All of her singles. They're on my heavy rotation. They're on my Spotify playlist that I listen to 150 times a day. And that kind of clouded my judgment for a little while. I was only listening to her singles rather than like the whole album, which was a great idea. But I have since listened to every single album completely through today. I set aside 2-3 hours and just listened all of her albums. And except for Dangerous Woman, I like kind of stopped halfway through. Other than that, yeah, really, really solid. After the whole
pacing issues thing,
let's go into the songs, because there are bops and bops only in this album. God Is a Woman, Sweetener, No Tears Left to Cry. They're so good. They're amazing.
We all been know this.
That's all that there is to say. They're amazing. And then the rest of them, they're not bad. I think those are like stand the test of time amazing. But then the rest are great. Raindrops, Rem, Every Time, Breathing, Better Off, Get Well Soon. Get Well Soon, by the way. That was a good song, but like to end the album, really? Whatever. But yeah, they're great. Like we know. So
What's better than Sweetener?
you might ask? This album. This ruled my 2019. That's all I've been listening to, is Thank You Next. Thank You Next. This is perhaps one of the first albums that I've listened to completely through and would listen to it again. I like every single song on the album. There's not a single one I don't like. There's not a single one I don't love. There's not a single one that you won't catch me singing the lyrics along to. There's not a single one that you wouldn't catch me walking down the street singing and having people stare at me. They give me goosebumps every single time that I listen to them. Every single time I'm sitting there bawling my eyes out because I feel it. I feel this album. Pacing, perfect. Ending on Break Up With Your Girlfriend on Board, masterful. Oops. This whole thing, it slaps so hard. You can argue on a couple of the other ones, but this one, it's so good. I don't know why people put Dangerous Woman first. It has a couple of good songs, but like,
Why?
the first time I listened to this, I felt blessed. I was like, she's speaking to me. She's speaking to me directly into my soul. I feel this. Some honorable mentions. We've got Needy, NASA, Bloodline, Ghostin'.
Those are great songs. I listen to them every single day.
Next Step Up, Fake Smile, Makeup, Seven Rings, Thank You Next, Break Up With Your Girlfriend, I'm Bored.
They slap.
Every single one of those songs, they slap. I listen to them 17 times a day. I listen to them 117 times a day. And then 3 songs on this album that single-handedly fueled my addiction, single-handedly fueled my obsession. They had Spotify questioning me.
Why have you listened to this song 15,000 times this year? What's wrong with you?
Imagine. It's amazing. Not only is she dragging, they're gone. They are buried in a ditch. They're dead. The song, if you couldn't hear everything in there, her friends are sitting there laughing in the background, chatting, having a conversation. You can hear it. They know. They're like,
We can do whatever we want because this song is going to sell millions.
don't even get me started. Imagine. Amazing. It's so good. Like, imagine. Bad idea. Why do I love this song so much? Those string parts. Magical. My soul left my body. This is like one song that I would pay good money to have not heard before and get the chance to listen to again. It's so good. Oops. Like, so good. Every time. Like, bad idea. Those string parts. They give me life.
Oh my god, my nose is itching. What the heck?
They know what they're doing. Those people at Universal, they know what they're doing. They know how to make an album. Its production is 12 out of 10. It's so good. And then, in my head, this song, it's past the point of slapping. It's a crowning achievement. This is, if I'm not a hardcore stan now, I don't know what I am. Oh my god, and it gets overlooked.
And just thinking about it gives me goosebumps.
And nobody ever talks about it. Nobody. It deserves so much more. It deserved to be performed at least once live.
I guess a G5.
She can do that. She's done that a million times. Of course she can do that song. I don't know why. She should have released it as a single. It would have gotten so much attention. People would have loved it. But it was like just randomly dispersed there in between the album.
I'm so offended.
Why? I digress. If it hasn't been painfully obvious, thxxx is my favorite album. And it gets so much hate. Everyone's like, it's too pop. It's just her trying to be a rapper. Yeah, like, she's definitely just starting to get that Max Martin pop sound, and I think that's a good thing. I mean, for starters, even though her songs, they're a little bit easier for her to sing, that only means that she can continue to give amazing concerts, and she'll be doing it for a long time. She won't destroy her voice after 4 years. Like, she's still here. Her voice is getting better. It hasn't peaked yet. It's still getting better. Eventually, she's gonna explode. There's so much talent. It's insane. I wish I could write a song as good as her. Even if her songwriting wasn't there, her talent. Like, some people, they have a few good years and then they're gone. Where's we don't know. But Ariana, she's still here. Anyway, that's all I have to say for today. You can get mad. But I think thxxx is just her best album. Anyway, that's all that I have to say for today.